Ever stared at your bank account and seen that magical six-figure number staring back at you for the first time? Congratulations. You've officially joined a club that most people never reach. Here's the thing nobody tells you about hitting $100,000. Having the money is the easy part. Knowing what to do with it, without destroying your financial future, is where things get interesting. You probably spent years grinding, saving every dollar, maybe eating more ramen than any human should, all to reach this milestone. And now that you're here, you're faced with a problem that sounds ridiculous to anyone still living paycheck to paycheck. What do you do when you actually have money to invest? The internet is overflowing with advice ranging from brilliant to completely insane. Some random guy online tells you to put it all into crypto. Your neighbor thinks you should buy rental properties. Your financial advisor is pushing an expensive mutual fund that makes them rich while keeping you average. My name is Nick, and I help people understand how money actually works, not how financial institutions want you to think it works. If you're sitting on $100,000 and want to make decisions that build wealth instead of making other people wealthy, hit that subscribe button on Money Mindset and like this video if it helps you avoid some costly mistakes. The truth is, most people who reach $100,000 in savings make the same critical errors. They get paralyzed by too many options and do nothing. Or they get overconfident and make moves that sound smart but are terrible for their situation. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do once you hit this milestone, and what you absolutely should not do if you want that $100,000 to turn into $1 million or more. But first, let me destroy a myth that's probably floating in your head. Hitting $100,000 does not make you wealthy. I know that sounds harsh, especially if you've worked your ass off to get there, but it's the truth you need to hear. $100,000 makes you financially stable, which is fantastic. But stability isn't the same as wealth. This milestone is not the finish line. It's not even halfway. It's the starting line of actually building wealth. And the moves you make now will determine whether you retire comfortably or work until you die. Step 1. Do nothing for now. Yes, really. Do nothing for a few weeks. The biggest mistake people make when they hit $100,000 is rushing to deploy all of it immediately because they're afraid of missing out on returns. They've been saving for so long that any day not investing feels wasted. That impatience leads to disastrous decisions. Take a step back and evaluate your entire financial picture. Do you have debt? Do you have a real emergency fund? What are your income prospects? What are your actual goals? These questions matter more than yesterday's stock prices. Step 2. Build the foundation before investing. This part isn't sexy, but it's the difference between being middle class forever and actually building wealth. If you don't have a separate emergency fund, carve out a portion of that $100,000 immediately. Your emergency fund isn't an investment. It's insurance against life punching you in the face. How much? Single, no dependents, stable job, 3 months of expenses, family, home, or volatile industry. Approximately 6 months, and no. Investments are not an emergency fund. If you need money during a market crash, the last thing you want is to sell investments that just dropped 30%. Right now, high-yield savings accounts are offering 4 to 5% interest. That's free money on cash you need to keep liquid anyway. Example: $10,000 in a normal savings account equal to approximately $10 year. $10,000 in a 5% high-yield savings account equal to approximately $500 year. That's a month of groceries. For doing nothing. Step 3. Kill high-interest debt immediately. If you have credit card debt at 20% interest while investing in the stock market hoping for 10% returns, you're literally paying someone else to make you poorer. Paying off a 20% interest card gives you a guaranteed 20% return. No investment on earth guarantees that. Eliminating debt equal to instant returns, more cash flow, less stress. Stronger financial foundation. Step 4. Maximize tax-advantaged accounts. This is where most people leave huge money on the table. 401ks, IRAs, and HSAs aren't just retirement accounts. They're wealth-building machines. For 2025, $23,000 plus annual 401k contribution limit, IRAs and Roth IRAs. On top, HSAs offering triple tax advantages. These contribution limits expire every December 31st. Miss them equal to lost opportunity forever. If you want to build real wealth, maximizing these accounts matters more than choosing the perfect stock. Step 5. Pick the right investment strategy. This is where people either create generational wealth or end up broke at 60. The financial industry is designed to separate you from your money through complexity and fees. Here's the secret wealthy people know: the most boring strategy wins. Simple, low-cost index funds outperform nearly everything else long-term. The S&P 500 averages about 10% annually. $100,000 invested at 10% grows to $260,000 in 10 years. $670,000 in 20 years. $1.7 million in 30 years. This isn't get rich quick. It's get rich inevitably, assuming you don't sabotage yourself. Dollar cost averaging reduces risk. Instead of dumping all $100,000 in at once, invest smaller amounts over months. Step 6. Real diversification. Real diversification is not owning 30 similar mutual funds. It's spreading risk across stocks, bonds, real estate, international markets, REITs, inflation-protected assets. Real estate matters because it offers leverage, appreciation, rental income, inflation protection. If you don't want to deal with tenants, REITs give you real estate exposure without the headaches. International exposure is also essential. The US is only half the global market. Step 7. Build systems to prevent self-sabotage. Having money is easy. Keeping and growing it? That requires discipline. Your biggest enemy now isn't the market. It's your behavior. Wealthy people automate everything. Automatic investments, automatic retirement contributions, automatic transfers to brokerage accounts. Set rules for yourself. Only rebalance once a year. Increase investments every time you get a raise. Never panic sell during crashes. Never time the market. Fees also matter. A 1% fee on $100,000 is $1,000 per year, and $60,000 plus lost over 30 years. Low-cost index funds charge almost nothing. That difference compounds into a fortune. Tax efficiency matters too. Not all investments belong in taxable accounts. The psychological shift of having money: once you hit $100,000, something major changes. You have options. You can take calculated risks. You can say no to jobs you hate. You can act on opportunities instantly. You can avoid desperate decisions that trap people in poverty. But this new freedom comes with danger: lifestyle inflation. The moment people hit 6 figures, they start spending like they're rich. Luxury apartments, new cars, vacations, designer clothes. This is how people stay middle class forever. Your lifestyle should be based on your passive income, not your savings. If you blow that $100,000, it's gone forever. If you invest it, it can become $1.7 million. That's the difference between thinking like a consumer and thinking like an investor. Final thoughts: there you have it. 7 moves that separate people who stay stuck from those who build real wealth. 1. Pause and think. 2. Build an emergency fund. 3. Eliminate high-interest debt. 4. Maximize tax-advantaged accounts. 5. Choose smart investments. 6. Diversify intelligently. 7. Build automatic systems. Follow these steps. Resist the urge to flex. And in a few decades, you'll be sipping coffee on a beach somewhere, financially free while everyone else is still arguing about crypto on Twitter.